there was a convention called Money 2020.
Oh, that was
finance.
Yeah, the finance guys.
Yeah, a very big finance day, but I think they're just itchy, and especially like part of that crowd. And looking at the people, I think they're partiers, and so it was so crowded. I only went there for I didn't attend the event, but I met some colleagues there at the Venetian. And we just, luckily I didn't have to stand the floor, we used our CEO's room, so that's where we met, so we're kind of out of it, but we had to walk through, and it was just so crowded. Yeah.
And nobody's wearing masks or anything, right?
No. No.
I just, probably a smattering of some people wearing them, but, yeah.
So I get my mask on. No, you actually do, you're supposed to wear your mask, and you can take it off if you're actively like eating, drinking, or something. But that's kind of a gray line in Vegas where everybody has a drink in their hand. You could walk around.
So you can spend hours sipping your.
So I'm actually happy I didn't stay on the strip because our office is in the Salmon area, which is kind of this higher end suburb. Just like 20 minutes from the strip.
Yeah.
But it's so much more calm.
Yeah.
And the hotel I stayed at, it's like kind of dead. So it was easier.
Yeah. That's good. We feel better. Okay, you guys, Errol, I need you to turn off the sound so we can all
Turn off the sound.
Okay.
That's it.
Off the sound.
Okay, Judge, let me see your lighting. I think it's fine.
No, I had to see it in the computer. So last time we were in Tanzania, so we checked the lighting and everything is fine, but then on the phone and the devices, but then when it's on the Facebook or YouTube, it's so bright.
Oh.
And then my sister's like, "Where's your nose?" I can't even see your nose anymore. It's like white.
We didn't know how to set the light.
So I was like, okay, I need to check to see if it looks okay on Facebook or YouTube.
So when Facebook doesn't let you do it until exactly the time, which is interesting.
You can't prep.
You can't be like on like a few minutes ahead.
Maybe Meta will let you do that.
Maybe.
Why they changed the name?
Exactly. Maybe virtual.
Oh yeah, Facebook is live too. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Do I look like I have my nose? I think so. I think it looks okay.
Okay.
Our house is a mess though. Oh well.
Yeah.
Hi everyone!
Should I zoom it? Yeah, that's better.
Let me make sure. Hi everyone, please say hi when you. Hi Aston! Hi Yufang! You know my sister is so funny. Last time when I did live and I forgot to say hi to her, and when she said hi, she complained. She's like, "Why did you not call out my name?" I was like, "You're my sister. Come on." Okay, let me wait for my husband to come back and get rid of all these logo and stuff, and then we'll get started. Hi, Reina! I call out your name!
Okay.
All right. Okay, so originally, because, I was sick about 2 weeks ago, and then this cold is like lingering and not really want to go away. And then I had my booster shot 2 days ago, so I was thinking, okay, maybe I'm not gonna do this live because I probably won't feel super good, super normal, so I don't feel the energy or whatever, so I probably won't do the live. And originally, actually, I planned a super cool live for you guys. So I was gonna invite this uni guy. He actually sells premium sashimi and uni, this kind of thing, and deliver to your house. And he will come on to our live and then show you how to prepare it at home so you can have this amazing sushi at home. And I tell you, the hamachi that we had and the uni that we had from, that we bought from him, it's way better than what we have, in any restaurant. Okay, it's premium quality, but you just need to know how to deal with it, right? So, and then this week, somehow the weather is not good enough, so we didn't get any uni, so I said, okay, let's postpone it. And then he said, well, but then there's no guarantee that next week the weather's gonna be better. So we just postponed it once to give us a chance. You know, hopefully next week we'll get that amazing uni. I don't know if any of you, if you've seen my post about that uni, the Santa Barbara uni is amazing. I'm telling you, it's amazing. And with that, the amount of money you spend to eat at home, you eat up. Like, it's not if you spend the money that you spend in the restaurant, you'll eat like a king or eat like a queen in this case at home, okay? It's the best sashimi you can ever have. So good, okay? Hi, Baba. Hi, Mom. My mom said it looks like it's a lot of food. Yes. Hi, Aston. You love sushi. Okay, next time, stay tuned because they deliver to Seattle area and some other area. We'll have to ask him next week, okay? And this week, so I was like, okay, since it's postponed, I had my booster shot. Maybe we don't do the live. But then when I was about to cook this Cioppino, I was like, my Cioppino is pretty darn good, and why don't I just share with you guys how I make it, right? So I decided to share with you, and it's a very last minute, so we might not be very smooth today, but it's okay. It's live, right? Anyways, I pre-recorded some videos because there's prep that we need to do. So we're gonna roll the videos. First? Yes.
The shrimp?
Yes. Is it on? So, okay. So of course I bought the shrimp with the head and the body. I mean, of course with the body. What am I talking about? Okay, it's the booster shot. It's the Pfizer talking. Okay, anyways. So of course I bought the whole shrimps and then I cut off the head and then I peeled them and I used the shell and the head to make our seafood stock.
Okay. Oil in the pot.
And then now I'm gonna show you that there's audio ready, right?
I assume so. Okay.
Okay, so first you just pour in some oil. You don't need to be shy with oil, about a couple tablespoons, because this oil is gonna get this shrimp extra fragrance. So about a couple tablespoons. Once it's heat up, you just put in the shrimp head and the shell. Put it in. And give it a good stir. And you want to be patient because you want to wait until it... Alright, so I was wrong. So you should look at it and it's not dark pink, it's probably dark orangey. Light, orange light, And you can definitely smell the fragrance of the shrimp like this. And that's when you add in the liquid. Today I'm adding in just water because I'll have so much seafood later on. I don't want it to be too thick. So it's just water. It's about 1.5 pounds of shrimp, so I'm adding about 2,500 milliliters of water. And you want to bring this to a boil and then cover it and simmer for about 30 minutes. Look at the color, how beautiful this is. It's about 1.5 pounds of shrimp, so I'm adding about 2,500 milliliters of water. And you want to bring this to a boil and then cover it and simmer for about 30 minutes. Look at the color, how beautiful this is. Now it's hard boiling. Then you can turn the heat down, let it simmer, and cover with the lid. If you have time, do it 30 minutes. If you don't, 15 minutes, fine. Okay, so once it's boiled, you let it simmer for about 15 to 30 minutes. If you have time, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, it's okay. But then if you don't have time, 15 minutes enough. And after that, I have a secret weapon, okay? So, of course, when you make broth, you want it to be complicated. You don't, of course, you can just have chicken bone broth or pork bone broth or But the truth is, when you make broth, say you make chicken bone broth, if you put just one pork bone in there, it will make your chicken bone broth so much more flavorful. Vice versa, if you make pork bones, you put a tiny little chicken bones in there, it will make it super flavorful. It's not gonna, you won't be able to taste that it's chicken, or it's still gonna be the pork bone broth or the chicken bone broth that you intend to make, but the flavor is just gonna be more depth, more complicated, and complicated is always more fun. You want drama, okay? So the same thing. So with this seafood stock, so if you have fish bones, you put it in. If you don't, it's fine. But then I have a secret tip for you. How I make my seafood stock more complicated. See, this is why I don't limit myself to Asian cooking because, or Western cooking or whatever, because you always learn something, or you always can take something from other culture and then put it in, whatever you're making and make it more complicated and dramatic, so it's better. So what I do is I have this secret weapon, which is the Dashi soup powder. So this is all about sea flavor, right? This is all about seaweed. Dashi is fish. So this is like a super intense sea flavor. So a Cioppino basically is like you have a ocean and you put a lot of tomato in there and then that's it. That's Cioppino. So you want all the sea flavor that you can get into that pot. Create a little ocean in your pot, okay? So now we're gonna put in that. So after 30 minutes, I'm just gonna put this two in. Did you switch to the video?
And let it simmer for another like 2 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna turn the heat off and let it sit for like 5 minutes. Okay, so I already added oil and heated up a little bit, and now we're gonna put in fennel. I did 2 bulbs of fennel, 2 big bulbs, because I like it. Quickly saute a little bit, and I'm gonna add in a little salt right here. I find that every time when I add salt, every layer when I'm, sauteing, it just tastes better. Okay, now I am going to put in the onion. Again, a little bit of salt. I did not finely chop anything because I kind of like it when I can bite into some of these, onions or fennels when I eating the Cioppino. So that's just me, but if you want to finely chop it, it's also fine. Now shallots. A little bit of salt. To help it sweat. And also, I don't know, the taste is just better. It's kind of like it's already blended in. It's not like, oh, you cook a pot of soup and then you put salt on top of it and it just soup that is salty. Instead of it's like incorporated into like one whole, flavor. That's what I mean. Okay. Last but not least is the garlic. Already smells really good, and now we're gonna add in dry white wine. I don't know, 2 cups. Okay, and let it simmer a little bit. Cook a little bit. High heat. And then I'm gonna add in the tomato, crushed tomato, or diced tomato, whatever you can find. Oh, smells so good. And the next thing is tomato paste. I'm gonna put in 1 can first, and then later on I'm gonna see if I want the soup to be more thicker or more tomatoey. If I do, then I'm gonna put in more. But right now I'm gonna just put in 1 can. Stir it in, mix well. Okay. And then you can decide how tomatoey you want this cioppino to be. I like it pretty tomatoey, but everybody's different. Okay, next is we're gonna put in the stock that we made. I'm gonna use a ladle because it's kind of heavy. Amazing stock that we made from the shrimp head and the shell, and my secret weapon, the Dashi soup powder. And then we're gonna let this cook, simmer for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes-ish, just so that the whole goodness, like all these herbs and the onions and the garlic and everything, the tomato and the shrimps and the stock, everything's incorporated into this one big pot of good flavor. Okay. Now we're just gonna wait for it to boil and then cover and simmer for about 30 minutes or up to an hour. Okay, now it's boiled. I forgot to tell you, we're gonna put in these 2 bay leaves, and then we're gonna cover it, let it simmer for 30 minutes.
Okay, so when you're looking at that video, I'm cooking, I'm like pan frying some shrimps. So in Chinese we call it 过油, okay? 过 it means like pass it through. 油 is oil. So shrimp it tastes good. You can of course most people would just put it in the boiling broth and just cook it in there. But the truth is, shrimp, once you use the heat and the oil to go through it a little bit, even if you don't cook it through, it will create a lot more aroma and the fragrance. So it will taste way better too, intensify that flavor too. So that's what I'm doing. So I didn't use a lot of oil, probably 1 tablespoon for all the shrimp. It's like 1.5 pound of shrimp that I have, because today we have a big crowd of people. You can cut it in half. I'll post the detail of the recipe later, but then I'll probably cut it in half for 4 to 6 servings. Today we are making like 10 to 12 servings. So anyways, take a look at my shrimps. Can you show me? Here, can you see my shrimp? Here, that way. Okay, you don't have to cook it through. You just have to want to make sure that both sides are kind of pan-seared and then they're curling up. And we're gonna let it wait. Okay, and remember that soup, the broth that we made earlier? It is always better to make it earlier and let it sit. When it's sitting, that's when all the flavor blending, okay? It's not, when it's sitting, the blending happens more than when you're boiling it, okay? So if you have time for broth and stew, it's always better to have time to let them sit for a few hours. Then the flavor will be better. Okay, let's open it up and see. Let me get my gloves. Where is my glove? Look at that. Oh, that's heavy. Look at that. Okay. Let me turn the heat back on. And remember in the video that I said that we want to keep some of the tomato paste just to adjust the, you know, how tomatoey you want it to be later on. So the truth is, during I was, you know, waiting, letting it sit, I tasted and I add another half can of the tomato paste in there. So I want to taste it. Hold on. So I basically put 1.5 can in there now. Let's taste it. Oh, I am telling you. Oh, it's effing good. It is. A little more salt. I can totally taste the seafood and the fish already. And imagine, we have the shrimp that we're gonna put in, we have the fish, and we have the clam that we're gonna put in. So here is a Manila Clams. And I've already said enough time of how to clean it, so I don't want to bore you with that. So now let's just put it in. Oh, no, we have to wait for it to. No rush, no rush. Let me say hi to everybody. Evan says it smells great. Oh, your computer has advanced function that you can smell it. No, he's here, he's here. Hi, Mia. Okay, you love seafood. That's great. Exactly, that's a little ocean with a lot of tomatoes in there. So just, you know, whatever, you know, essence of the ocean that you can think of, you put it in there to create that, you know, heart of goodness. It will be good. Let me see. And you don't want to over season with salt yet, because seafood, you know, it's contain a little salt on its own, so it will make it too salty if you already season it to perfection right now, like to how you like it. So we can always adjust it a little later. Hi, Kathy. Hi. And see, I didn't chop all the onions into small pieces because I kind of like to eat it when when you're eating it. I kind of like that there's chunks of it. But if you don't like it, you can chop it smaller, finer. It's fine. I don't know. I kind of want to just put in a little more paste in it. But this is all, how do you say it? Personal, right? This is why cooking at home is good, because it's all about how you like it. You may not be Michelin 3-star chef, but your family might love your beef stew or Cioppino better than a Michelin 3-star chef, because this tastes like home. This tastes like mama, okay? So just do it. This is like memories for kids when they grow up. I'm hoping when they grow up, they're gonna miss a good pot of Cioppino or good pot of beef stew, and they're gonna call me, okay? Otherwise, you know, kids when they grow up, they're gone. Right, kids? See, gone already. Okay. Oh, so good! That little scoop of tomato paste makes the difference. Ooh, I love it. I love it. Okay, wait for it to boil, and then look at this mussel. Look at this. Okay, people? Never settle with whatever they put out for you. Never. Whenever I go to the supermarket, if they put out these mussels or clams, I always say, do you have any more inside, like in the bag? Do you have fresher ones? And they'll always, most of the time, 80% of the time, if the employees, the staff, they're not in a bad mood, they'll always say, oh, I'll check for you, see what I can do. And they'll have like a brand new bag of, you know, stuff, and then pour it out in front of you, and then you can choose the fattest, the freshest, the biggest, okay? No harm to ask, right? So, always ask. All right, now I'm gonna put the clam in. The only thing that I have to complain is today when I went, remember when I talk about how you choose clams, and there's this guy in front of me just scoop the clam, and then all the clams just go in, so I cannot. I was standing there thinking, I don't have another hour to wait for the clams to stick out their tongue, so today, bad luck. You have to go early in the morning so nobody's messing with your clams. Okay, clam in, and then mussel. Look at this. You know it's gonna taste good, right? Look at it. So the shrimp I'm gonna put in the last because it's kind of like halfway cooked, right? So I'm gonna put it in the last. I have another trick for that. Just wait for it, okay? Now, you just want to make sure these thing are kind of open up. It takes a little longer, but you know, Cioppino is like, how do you make sure everything is cooked perfectly, not overcooked, you know, with different, you know, timing. So for me, because clam takes a while to open up, so I chop my fish in a bigger chunk, so hopefully they will, you know, all be cooked perfectly around the same time. And what I did is 2 kinds of fish. Like I said, more complicated, the better it tastes. So I never settle with one kind of fish. So this is Ora King salmon.
From where?
From the grocery store. And here's the Seabass. And plus, you know, there are times when you want to finely chop everything to show people your skill, but there's also times you want big chunk of thing. So who would go to a seafood restaurant and say, oh my God, because I have these fish crumbles, so they have like, so amazing, right? You want to have big chunk of fish. You want to have the meat, the clam that is big, right? So this is when you don't need to show off your skill. You just give it a big chunk. Everybody feel like they get their money worth. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Now the problem is I don't have enough room for the shrimp. It's gonna, you know, be too much. Well, it's okay. Calm down, calm down. We can handle this, we can handle this. No problem. Let me think. I'm just gonna scoop some out right now. See, my pot is always like the biggest size you can get, okay, in the market. And if I can find like commercial size, I always get commercial size pot. And people are like, why do you need, even the biggest pot is not big enough, okay? That's how I cook. That's how we roll. Well, let's see. Oh, look at this goodie. Like, oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, I'm just gonna take some out. I'm not gonna mess with it. You can put these soup back in later on, but then right now we need some room for the shrimp. So I'm gonna take some out first. This is a meal. This is a meal. And we will have burger too. So But then I tell you, this on its own is a meal. Look at that. Ugh. Okay. Let me try one more time. Okay, as a cook, you always have to try the flavor constantly until you're sure that this is what you want to serve people. So good. I probably will season with a little bit more salt later, but otherwise this is perfect. Okay, so what is my trick? I'm gonna put the shrimp in. I'm gonna put the shrimp in. I was greedy. I almost even bought like scallops for this. Yeah, good thing I didn't. I was like, oh, scallops. Here, show you guys. Perfect. It didn't overflow. Okay, what I do is, I tell you, this oil is flavor. Okay, you don't waste it. You use a little bit of soup to rinse it back in to the pot. Okay, this is flavor. Okay. Oh, there. Look at this. My Cioppino is like amazing. We need someone to taste it though. Somebody. It's funny because every time when I have guests for my live, and I was like, well, you guys want to do the taste tester? And then some people will be like, oh yeah, but some people will be like, oh okay. But then, you know, they all say okay, but then some people are like, they really, you know, show how they feel in front of the camera. But I also have friends who will be like, in front of the camera, try it. It's good. And then when we're off the camera, they're like, oh my God, it was so good. And I was like, you should do that in front of the tight camera. What the heck? And then there's also like some people that I would never invite them for taste tester. Because like my dad-in-law, he'll probably come up with something like, there's always room to improve. Which is good, actually, I have to say. Because of that, that's why we improve. You know, I improve, you know, because he's so picky. And he always can find something to improve. Which is amazing. Okay. Let's try it out. Let's see. Anyone want to try? Oh, wait, let me test it before. Because we add the shrimp in. Let me see if I need more salt. Oh, okay. You know what? I don't have to, but I'll do a little bit because we will eat it with bread. But the whole soup is just so flavorful. I mean, but then salt is so important. A lot of times people are like, oh, it doesn't taste as good. Maybe just one spoon of, teaspoon of salt will change the whole game. Okay, it will enhance and how do you say it? Bring out the flavor better. Salt and sugar. Sometimes you just need that tiny little extra, and you're there. Okay, now who want to try? Come on.
Auntie Raven.
Come on.
Everybody wants to come try.
Probably spill it all on myself.
Go grab a spoon.
I'm not gonna put a lot here because we're just gonna try the flavor here. Reina, you wanna come try? Or you're shy?
I'm shy.
She's shy. Okay.
She came on last time.
I know.
But she was prepared last time. This time it was out of nowhere. Okay, okay, let's try it. Let's try
I
it.
can just.
Okay, try it. Oh, little pepper? No?
Right? It's okay.
It's okay? Okay. Oh, this one. I took it out, so.
What?
There you go.
Mussel?
Yeah. No restaurant makes Cioppino that hearty. Yes, yes, that's why you do it at home.
So good.
That's a lot of seafood.
Tomato.
Yes, Kathy. Why not, right? When you're making it at home. Where's my favorite spots to buy seafood? So I have a few. There is one in Chinatown that's called Wong Tung. I don't know what the English name it is, but it's a that one is a lot of live seafood. That's really good. Otherwise, right now I go to Uwajimaya, the Asian Japanese supermarket. That's where I get most of my seafood right now.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, and also if you can check out Crowd Cow, I'm gonna post a link to a lot of sustainable seafood that they sell. That's pretty good. Like the Seabass that I got today is from them. All traceable sources and sustainable, and yeah, so it's pretty good. And they don't just have seafood; they have like really good chicken, and kulubura pork and wagyu beef. Okay. The kulubura pork is amazing, and the chicken they have is all pasture raised or organic, so it tastes different. You can tell the difference. And then today, later on, well, when we are eating burger, we're using all the grass-fed ground beef from Crowd Cow. That is amazing too. I mean, I'm telling you, when you make burger at home, there's no filling or anything. It's just so clean. It's amazing. It's delicious. So that's where I get my seafood and some other good stuff. So that's Michelle asking. Okay, hey, you can just eat. You have to tell people. Because my dad is asking, so is it good?
It's very good.
It's so good.
She doesn't want to.
Yufang is drooling. Yes, it's like the oxtail the oxtail soup. Hi, Quinn.
Hi.
Yes. Anyways, oh, okay, we have to turn the heat off now because we don't want to overcook our seafood. And okay, let me taste it. Robin, do you want to taste it? No? Okay. No, everybody's camera shy today. Except for Lyra. Oh, look at you. Oh my god. Where do I show? Here?
It's really soft.
This Ora King salmon, I don't know if I can show you the texture. Oh my god, it's so soft and flaky. I mean, I tell you, this is like buttery. Ora King salmon. You can never overcook Ora King salmon. It is so good. And where do I get them? I get them either at Uwajimaya or Crowd Cow. Okay? Crowd Cow. I'm going to include a link. Ora King, if you've never tried, you need to try. Okay? All right. So, I did a live. Yay! Okay, then we're going to go eat our dinner. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend. TGI Friday.